When I was reborn, my Uncle Nathan had already been drugged. Emily, I'm so hot. His warm breath brushed against my earlobe. This time, I didn't let things go wrong again. I knocked on the door of his beloved Grace Cooper. In my past life, I had fallen for my uncle, even though we weren't blood-related. Fueled by alcohol and impulse, even though I knew he was calling out Grace's name, I still gave in to his demands. The next day, after someone caught us, Nathan had no choice but to marry me. On our wedding day, Grace went hiking to clear her mind but accidentally fell off a cliff. Near death, she sent Nathan one last text. If I could, I'd want to be reborn as your daughter. Even if we can't be together, I could accompany you through old age. Nathan stared at that message silently all night. But during our honeymoon, he pushed me off the same cliff. I clung to the edge, begging him to pull me up, but he laughed cruelly, pressing his foot on my hand and grinding it back and forth. Through his curses, I learned that he blamed me entirely for Grace's death. When I opened my eyes again, I saw Nathan lost in desire and confusion. I'm so hot, Emily. Help me. I'm burning up. Under the influence of the aphrodisiac, Nathan's consciousness was hazy. His glossy red lips parted slightly, occasionally letting out soft moans filled with desire. The softness pressed against my arm made me realize I had been given a second chance. In my last life, overwhelmed by alcohol and impulse, I lost my reason to Nathan's whispers, crossed a forbidden line, and ultimately died at the bottom of that cliff. Now that I'm reborn, I refuse to repeat those mistakes. Grace was staying in the guest room on the second floor. The moment I knocked, I pushed Nathan into her arms. Uncle's drunk. He's been calling your name all night. After dropping that line, I turned and left, meeting Grace's complicated gaze. When I heard the door close behind me, I breathed a sigh of relief. In my past life, one careless thought forced Nathan to marry me, and Grace died falling off the cliff. Nathan hated me for it. To avenge Grace, he changed our honeymoon plans and pushed me off the same cliff. Even now, the fear of death still haunts me. This time, I let Nathan and Grace be together. The ending should be different, right? The next morning, when the servant woke me, I met Nathan's eyes as soon as I entered the dining room. Unlike the hopelessness in his eyes last time, this time his joy almost overflowed. Seeing me come down, he cleared his throat and lifted his hand from under the table, where he was holding Grace's fingers. Since everyone's here, I have an announcement. Grace and I have decided to get married. We'll let everyone know once the date is set. I'll take good care of Nathan. Grace smiled brightly. Soon we'll all be family. I hope everyone will look after me, the new member. Watching them so happily in sync, my thoughts wandered. If this were my past self hearing this news, I'd probably be smashing things or throwing a tantrum. Seeing my silence, Grace teased, Emily, not saying anything? Is that because you don't like your uncle getting married? Or do you just dislike me? I snapped back to reality and caught a cruel smile flicker across her lips before disappearing. Then Grace put on a pitiful expression toward Nathan. Nathan, Emily is your niece. I don't want any conflict between you two. If she can't accept this for now, I can leave for a while. Nathan frowned at me, his gaze sharp. Grace is your aunt now. If I see you making a sour face at her again, don't blame me for being harsh. Got it? This time I didn't want to get involved between them anymore, but they wouldn't let me be. I barely had an appetite and now it was completely gone. I casually replied, got it, and turned to leave.